Well, last week we started aged racehorse segment. It's not long, obviously. There's only 9 horses in it. One of these horses is entering the claiming series next Sunday, so there might be 8 horses in it after that. Having said that, as I said, we would be interested, I believe, we collectively would be interested in claiming a horse or two out of there. They have a 15 and a 25 claiming series. Interesting proposition. So we'll see what comes of that. So let's start with what we have. We're going to start with Brave World. Kevin had him. He looked great last week. Got away last, closing on the end of the mile. Very happy with the way Brave World looked. Cavill Hanover. What's he going to do with the 2-hole this week? He draws 8-7, 8-7 every single week. What could he possibly do with the 2-hole? Finished second last week out of the 8-hole and looked great doing it. Very, very impressed with one, with Mark Harder, and 2, how these horses are racing for him. Cruising in Style, a little bit of limbo. His last 3 starts, he kind of got bottled up and didn't get a chance to race. I suspect Kevin will race him once more. We'll make a decision what we're going to do with Cruising in Style. I know that Tim Twaddle is contemplating sending Donato over here. That would be a good swap, I think. Donato for Cruising in Style. Cruising in Style would fit well at the Meadows, I believe, whereas Donato would fit fantastic here in Canada. So might be a good idea, might be a good trade. We'll see how Cruising in Style races this week. I'll talk to Kevin about it. We'll move forward after that. So Pine, this guy had a higher GGT, the highest liver count I've ever seen. It was higher than Bottle of Reds, which is incredible considering he still trotted in 56. It was a very lackluster race his last start, but factoring in how high this liver count was, it was actually a very good mile. He's going to get a week off or 2 weeks. Horse like him probably appreciates a little bit of time here and there, so we're going to give him the 2 weeks. We'll school him after that, and I think we'll be able to knock that level down and keep it down. I know a lot of people are saying, well, why is it just our horses? Well, it's not. Of course it's not. If you look over the race programs, you're going to see lots of horses race lackluster. That could be bleeding, that could be mucus, that could be a lot of things, but don't kid yourself, it could be a GGT also. Now, the interesting thing was the veterinarian said that it was, she believes, that I spoke to last, had said she believes it's a virus going around. Wow. My first thought would be, come on now, a virus is going to interfere with the way the horse races and his liver count or her liver count jumping in that manner. In the year 2020, are we that shocked that viruses can cause such mayhem? I think not. So, it appears it wasn't a load of hay. It appears the reason I know it wasn't a bad load of hay from Tim's barn is because we scratched yes last week and he had a high GGT. Never been to Tim's, never been around Tim, certainly never ate Tim's hay. So maybe it is going around. So So Pine, we'll get him, hopefully give him a week, 10 days off, bring him back. That number will come down naturally. Little stress-free environment, wash it out, flush him out a little bit, get him back to the barn. And see what that level looks like. I hope we'll have him back in to go in a week or so. Stonebridge Simba was a little flat the other day. I took him back, tried a mile 56. He drew the outside again next week, and the numbers are 4,500. But the 25,000 claiming series starts on Sunday, which might be a good fit for him also. Where are we at here? Time Al Houdini raced good his last start for doing everything but make an official break. Going in the first turn in London, I thought he raced fantastic after that. West 52nd, second and 55 the other day, looked great. Jim King's got him on his toes and looking good. And that guy, that T-Trick guy, does pretty good driving too, I noticed. White Tiger raced great the other day. I don't want to hear, oh, maybe the race secretary did you a favor. No, he didn't. He didn't do his favor at all. Now the horse still fits in hours of 10,000 where I expect him to be next week. But he did race well the other day. Should have been second. Did a little moonwalk halfway down the lane. A little Michael Jackson, but should have been second. Ended up a pretty decent third in the open trot. Trotted a mile in 53 and 4. Good mile for White Tiger. And then, yes, I just finished telling you, he had a high GGT the other day. Not a big deal. We'll get it down, get him back in to go. Probably going to train him in 56 on Wednesday. And then that should tighten him up for the following Tuesday again. So that's where we're at with all the racehorses. As I said, 9 on the list. Maybe one could leave if he was claimed potentially, but very interested in this $15,000 and $25,000 claimer. If you're out there and you're looking at potentially claiming a horse with us, let me know. If we don't have 100% of the horses sold before we go over, I'm not claiming. But at the same time, I am interested. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. 9 on the list. Claiming series coming up. See what interests us for an aged horse bracket next week at Northfield in that claiming series. So that's all the horses. Brave World, Cavill, Hanover, Cruising in Style, Oso, Pine, Stonebridge, Simba, Time Houdini, West 52nd, White, Tiger, and Yes, all racing pretty good for the most part. Be back in just a minute with all the other stables.